Lawrence County depends on WDXE news on the air since 1951. This is the legend. 105.3, 95.3, WDXE.
And friends, it is time for a Friends and Neighbors Hour with a friend and neighbor today, Micah from the Hemp Depot. And Micah, this is your first visit with us here.
It is.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you. Of course, we've kind of known each other, seen each other a while back, and you have visited our sister stations here, promoting the Hemp Depot, which is a fairly new local business here. How long have you been there now?
We've been in Lawrence County for 3 years.
Really?
Business, yes.
Okay, but how long at this current location?
We have been there for almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yep.
Okay.
We were in Duncan's market, produce market before that for 2 years.
Okay. I don't guess I knew that.
Yeah, we had a little green building over there with a copper roof on it.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Your location now is?
1003 North Locust Avenue at
Yeah.
the end of Doc Todd Lawrenceburg Chiropractic.
Yeah.
We are the dispensary.
The dispensary, yeah. The Hemp Depot. I'm going to find out more about all that, but I want to go back and kind of reach back and get a little more introduction to who you are.
All right.
Are you from here originally?
No, I'm not.
No, where are you from?
I'm originally from Ohio.
Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to hold that against
Yeah,
you.
please don't.
What part of Ohio?
A little north of Dayton.
A little north of Dayton up there. All right, so tell me about growing up. What'd you do?
I played sports, did all the normal things, wrestled, played football, track field.
Well, you look athletic.
Yeah, used to be.
You're a pretty good sized fella.
Yeah, we've always, appreciated livestock and stuff, and I played a lot of football and wrestled hogs around and stuff.
So you had livestock growing up?
Oh yeah, I've always appreciated the farming industry, all aspects of it.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
And when I moved out of Ohio and moved here, we got into the full farming aspect, full fledged.
Really?
Bought some property, and
How long ago did you move? When did you move here?
we moved here in 2015, towards the end of it.
2015. Married?
Yep.
Children?
Oh yeah.
Well, tell me about your family.
I've got 5 children.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. My oldest is 20. That's my only girl, and the rest of them's all boys.
You have a 20-year-old? You don't look old enough to have a 20-year-old.
Yeah, well, life's hard sometimes, but things happen. Yep.
Oh my goodness. All
Roll
right.
with the punches.
And so you got a farm life here.
Yeah, I did have. I don't have as much as a farm life as I did
Yeah.
currently. We sold some property and whatnot, and just kind of sitting dormant, focusing on
Sure.
business and whatnot. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, how did you get into this? I mean, there's all kinds of opinions and information about the hemp and the medical, I guess, aspects of it. Then there's there's called medical marijuana. You're gonna have to separate all that for us.
yeah, there's a lot of categories.
A lot of categories. Yeah. You
It-
said you've done this for a long, long time, so you've dove into it. Surely you're knowledgeable in this.
I've done this most of my adult life for sure.
Okay. How did you get started with
I've
this?
been a grower and a broker for a long time. I had some friends, in the industry, kind of dabbled around, and
Now, when you say a grower and a broker of hemp, right? Cannabis, which is different than what we think of as marijuana, or is it?
well, technically, they can all be somewhat in the same category.
Okay.
I don't really do a whole lot of politics.
Sure.
However, a lot of name and categories are politic driven.
Okay.
So I just call it as it is. It's cannabis. So when you separate cannabis from hemp to the words that I don't really care for, marijuana, that's in my opinion, that's a government controlled word.
Yes.
Where it came from, cannabis has always been the word. The difference between hemp and cannabis is that you hear a lot of people talk about D8, which I don't like that word either. A lot of that stuff's synthetic. So my pure cannabis is full term, full spectrum CBD.
Okay.
So
We've heard a lot about CBD in recent years.
that's right. And then there's a lot of benefit to it. It does grow naturally with THC, so technically it'd be cannabis, right?
Yes.
So, even though it's grown naturally with THC, the THC component's normally a little lower than, you know, cannabis or, quote, marijuana. It's got a lot of medicinal properties, you know. We grow full-term hemp plants and extract for cannabinoids. So
For what now?
for cannabinoids.
No, you have to help me on that. Tell me
Yeah.
what that is. Tell me what that is. I don't know what
So
that is.
basically, from a seed, right? We
Sure.
grow a plant,
Sure.
and its fruit that it produces is, as we know, you know, flower, bud, whatever you want to call it. From that, we can grind it, freeze it, and extract it with ice water, heat, and pressure.
Okay.
And once we do that, we have specific cannabinoids. We can go even further and isolate, separate lipids and fats, and actually have an isolated component once it's done.
Okay.
So CBD, A,
CBD is one of the isolated components.
yep, CBN, CBG, THCV.
Now the THC, that's the part that's
So THCV is a CBD cannabinoid. It won't be positive on the test.
okay.
Like THC A in general. So A is an acid component
Okay.
that the plant naturally puts on. Once it's heated, it's like a force field. It's called decarboxylation. The force field's gone, and you have straight THC. All your edibles are straight THC. I don't care what anybody tells you. There's no A to it. It's gone.
Okay.
So
I'm not sure I'm keeping up with you, but I'm
yeah.
trying to. I'm
There's-
trying to, really.
That's right.
I'm learning here.
There's a lot of different, you know, this is a big deal.
Yes.
That's why, you know, everybody's trying to control it and find out and learn more about it as they should.
Sure.
The biggest deal I face every day is there's too many chemicals in my industry.
Too many chemicals.
Yeah. There's too many people growing with salt-based nutrients, synthetic nutrients, and that flower, the product, you know, the fruit, it all pulls all that nutrients. This is the only plant known to man that'll take soil back to ground zero. It'll pull everything out of the soil,
Okay.
and the plant will contain it.
Okay.
So, for example,
This is interesting.
yeah, we can do this all day, kind of, but
Well, you're gonna have to help me because I'm a little lost. I'll be honest.
so let me compare a couple things, maybe to like growing tobacco.
Sure.
That'd be a little better.
Sure. Yeah.
I used to see tobacco everywhere.
Right. We
Don't anymore.
It was everywhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know how far we can get into that industry, but you don't see it anywhere anymore for a reason. We can't grow it.
We can't grow it. Well, it's been taken over.
Well, yeah, by chemicals. So most of your nicotine and stuff today is all synthetic. There's no real nicotine there. There's too much medicinal property in real nicotine. That's why I mean you can't grow it. Other people are forced to grow it. We're just forced to consume.
Yeah. All right. Well, expand a little bit here. Expand a little bit because I think I know what you're talking about. But you know, back in the day when I was a kid, there were tobacco. You know, people grew tobacco. You saw tobacco barns, and there were tobacco auction houses. You know, you saw the leaf of tobacco. So,
yeah.
so where is it grown? Because there's still tobacco products.
Yeah, there is. It's mandated. There's only a few growers
Yeah, that's true.
in the world that can grow tobacco anymore.
Yeah.
We have one of the biggest skull growers on the line of Tennessee and Kentucky, which they're in the hemp game too.
Okay.
Well, there's not too many people growing tobacco because all the chemicals and stuff in it that are mandated anymore.
The
We try to keep that out of our industry.
yeah. Okay. So when you say we try to keep that out of our industry, who are some of the players, I guess, in this industry? Because it is an industry.
The tobacco industry or our industry?
Well, I'm talking about
Yeah.
the hemp growers, I guess.
There's a lot of players in our game. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, I've established a lot of connections along the way with very good medicinal growers, extractors, labs, test facilities, you name it. We do everything to par. Everything that I have in my store has been third-party tested if I like it or not.
Yeah.
Because I stand on that. I don't want any synthetics. I don't want any chemicals. I don't want any pesticides. No heavy metals. Nothing.
So it has to be purely organically grown.
If I was to grow a crop in an old cotton field, right,
Yeah.
I would throw it all away
Why is that?
because it would contain too much chemical residual.
From the chemicals from cotton growing and other. So, is it hard to find? I guess pure ground to grow on.
It is, or you gotta make it. You know, the only way you can make it is you're gonna have to grow a crop and burn it. And then it'll pull that soil as close to ground zero as possible. It might do too, depending on, you know, what the soil contains. Soil tests are very important.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I make a lot of my own soils. I do like super soil recipes and stuff. I mix a lot of natural implements and cook them off for like 30 to 60 days.
So are you actually growing?
Not now.
Not now.
I was until last year. Last year we had a law change in July, which was kind of halfway through our season. And that went from Delta 9 THC to total THC. And there's not a genetic makeup that can pass total THC other than 2 CBG genetics at the moment.
Okay.
So I was forced to stop growing hemp cannabis at the moment.
So who does grow?
Well, for me, I have my own growers, in many different states that grow for me.
Okay, so so it has to be grown. I guess Tennessee has laws that it's not compatible with what you're doing.
Well, they're compatible. It just can't grow here anymore at the moment, just because of law changes. We put out a lot of money, and then sometimes the money's used back against us. So, I've currently grown here from 18 to 22.
Okay.
In 22, there was a law change, and then last year was a even bigger law change that kind of put everybody out as far on the grow side and the agricultural part.
So what, and look, I'm not trying to be controversial with you at all. I'm just curious because this is a new world to me. I haven't looked at this. I mean, it's not anything that I've ever even, studied. I mean, I've heard it in the news, and there was.
You probably have heard more negative aspects to it than that.
Well, some of both, I guess. But there was a time when people were thinking, okay, this is going to be the new money crop. People are going to get into it. And there was even investment opportunities for people to get into this. I remember all that.
Oh yeah.
I remember all that. So that was kind of my first exposure to this idea that hemp was a thing.
I was here for that. Yes.
So, so what are the objections? Why was the law changed and stopped it in Tennessee? What was the objection?
The truth of it, I don't know if we should probably talk about.
Well,
there's a lot of politics involved. I'll say that, and there's a lot of lobbyists. There's a lot of big pharmaceutical money and things that drive.
That doesn't surprise me.
This state, there's a lot of it, and we seem to fight it every day. It costs us a lot of money. We just keep going farther, as far forward as we can, and trying to keep medicinal medicine available for people that want it.
Interesting. So the opposition, and I'm trying to read between the lines here.
Yeah.
The opposition is somewhat big pharma driven.
Unfortunately, yes, there's a lot of things in the world that are.
Yeah. Well, one of our regulars, I knew she would chime in here. Okay. So we're going to take a phone call and see what happens here. Hey, good morning. You're on with us.
Okay. I don't want to get into the tobacco issue, but I can tell you I was involved involuntarily. I didn't realize it. But a lot of the tobacco issue did have to do with the pharmaceuticals and the tobacco industry and it becoming addictive, but also the connections to lung cancer in particular. And so there's some real negativity as far as the tobacco company, but there's no question it's almost like tied in with the vitamins or health food forward. I actually went to Mayo Clinic and to the Science Daily website. It's not that the doctors sound like they're totally against it. In fact, at Mayo Clinic, it said it was showing promises for certain diseases, but there was not enough evidence. And of course, they go by FDA and what they recommend. And but one of the things I wanted to draw the attention to too is one of their biggest concerns and risks is safety for the patients. Because one of the things they learned with the research, like in lung cancer, and I remember this, and this goes back 30 years ago, certain things may be useful to prevent lung cancer, like beta-carotene was. So they did a study to give it to advanced lung cancer patients, and it made them worse. So one of the issues is the struggle, like he's talking about the pharmaceutical industry and the tobacco industry. But when it's something new like this, I think what would happen is, or I would like to ask him, are the people that buying it working with their physicians? Because even with pharmaceutical drugs, sometimes what you take for one thing can cause something else. Just wanted to throw that out, and I know that's too much.
All right, thank you, hon. She is on with me a lot, and she's a wealth of information.
I love it.
And she. So anyway, you may want to answer a question there. So
She's got a lot of truth in there for sure. The question at hand is what?
is this a test?
No, it's not.
Well, she was asking about are people that are using your products working with their physicians to use it?
So yes, they are. There is a lot of people that do work with their physicians, even though a lot of their physicians aren't 100% educated on it yet. And we do have, I don't want to mention names, but we do have a lot of physicians, nurse practitioners, doctors that send people to us for pain management, cancer, appetite suppressant, sleep, neuropathy, and just straight up inflammation. There's a lot of people that send people to us.
The inflammation part interests me.
It is.
I have issues with that, no doubt whatsoever, and so I'll end up talking to you about that, I guess, at some point. But that's very interesting, very interesting. It is, not just for your subject matter, but big pharma has been in the news for a while. They're controlling a lot,
Yeah.
and most of us, when you get my age, are taking some kind of medicine.
That's right.
Okay, I'm taking. In fact, this has nothing to do with you whatsoever. But just this morning, I was taking my medicine, and I was like, "Gosh, I take a lot of pills. This is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm taking a lot of pills, and I feel like I have to, and I don't know what not to take or to stop without some consulting and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I'm taking those for a reason. I've been given them for whatever reason. Okay, but I'm like, holy cow, I have to take a lot of medicine here for some reason all of a sudden.
You're not the only one.
Then I'm like, why am I taking so daggone much medicine? You're gonna answer that for me, aren't you?
In a roundabout way.
In a roundabout way.
So yes, and I can probably, and I don't, me and you don't know each other like that, so
We don't.
I could probably guess a few things that you're on.
Let me have it.
Blood pressure medicine,
Absolutely.
cholesterol.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can get you off both those. No problem. And naturally, it's the thing. And I can speak for myself. I've been on every blood pressure medicine known to man. I've been on a few cholesterol medicines over my time.
Yeah.
When I was in sports active as a young man, they always told me, hey, you need to get your blood pressure checked out. It's so high, right?
Yeah.
Well, me, unlike anyone else, I can feel my own body. Just like you, right?
Yeah.
You can feel when your blood pressure's up. You can feel when your blood pressure's down.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can feel when your sugar spikes, right?
I can. I usually can.
So you on any kind of sugar medicine?
I am not on any sugar medicine.
Good.
No.
But it's funny with cannabinoids.
And my wife is.
We have an endocannabinoid receptors in our body, right?
Okay.
So we have a system designed, right?
Yes.
For this.
Okay.
We don't have receptors for synthetics. Because
Right.
our body rejects them within 72 hours. That's why we constantly take these pills, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So if I can put something under your tongue and you hold it for 10 seconds once a day,
Yeah.
and you get rid of the blood pressure medication, get rid of the cholesterol medication, keep being monitored by your doctors. Let them monitor that.
Yeah.
I bet they'll ask you what you've been on, because they'll see that their prescriptions aren't there anymore.
Interesting.
And I've got hundreds of people that can verify that. they take that oil every day.
You know, and you know what? I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you a bit. I really don't doubt you a bit. But it's one of those things that it's hard for us to change the habit,
No, I know.
or what we consider the norm of medicine taking.
Yes,
You
because I mean, let's get real, right? You believe in Jesus, I do myself.
Yes.
All natural things come from a seed. I don't care if it's vegetables, fruit, whatever. Okay, potatoes
Yeah.
don't come from a seed. Has come from a spud, a potato, right?
Okay.
So my products come from a seed. Most modern medicine 100 years ago came from a seed,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So today, to mass produce certain medicines, there has to be some kind of a chemical residual there, right? Because it's a synthetic. They can't just grow. They just can't grow 100,000 plants, and extract them, make all this medicine for everybody. It just don't happen that way.
Yeah.
There's way too many people in the world for that, right?
So they're manufacturing medicines with chemicals.
Exactly. Same with tobacco, alcohol, all those industries.
That's something we know. I mean, we're not ignorant to that. We know that's what they do. I mean,
But yet people are quick to shun me, in my industry versus all these other things. I got preachers and everything, and don't get me wrong, love the preachers. My biggest thing is, people shun me for what I do, but mine's more natural than the handful of pills you take.
Well, here's what happens though, and I'm being honest. I was just being honest about what happens here. I mean, this product has the ability to stagger your reality.
It could.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it has the ability to impair you.
So does pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But that's why there's a pushback. And look, I don't want to reveal all of my youthful craziness, but I grew up in the 70s.
I understand.
I was a product of the 70s. Marijuana was a big deal. Okay, late 60s, I guess even before my time. I'm sure it was. It was brown long before my time. But I'm just saying, in that arena, I had my experiences with that. Okay.
Yep.
Good Lord willing, and thank the Lord, I've got away from that. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about here.
No, not really. See, a lot of people understand too. In the 70s, each place where the stuff was coming from under the marijuana name was sprayed with different chemicals from different places. Mexico had their own chemicals, California had their own chemicals, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you're growing plants outside, there's bugs, there's all these things, gnats, the aphids, you name it, right? All these pests that will stick to this plant, you don't want them in it. So outdoor for a long time, people sprayed herbicides, pesticides, whatever, on these things. So that all had an effect too. Okay. See, when you grow a plant in natural soil, yes, it has effects, but a lot of them are medicinal, and under their proper control, you have more of a medicinal medicine than you have like a out of body experience or whatever. You're high or whatever. I get people off gabapentin every day. I've seen more people act out of body on gabapentin than I have with cannabis. Yeah. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's all kind of gotten out of hand in a way, with what's what. But bottom line, money is what's behind it. Well, yeah, money has always been behind everything. Seemingly, that's true. Gosh. I don't care what people do. If you want to go to a doctor and take pharmaceuticals and that's what's good for you, then that's what's good for you. Yeah. For me, it's not good for me. There's too many side effects that trigger other things, Yeah, and they do. They do. In fact, me and my wife, as many medicines as we take, she's a fanatic about reading the side effects. And that list is longer. And it's long. It's long. And I choose to ignore the side effects altogether. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. A lot of people don't. And we don't know. Because if we did, and even the commercials that you see on TV, advertising some medical treatment,
the side effects sometimes are like, are you kidding me? They actually said that?
Yeah. I won't lower your blood pressure, but nothing else in your body will work. You know? Like, yeah, put me on that. That's what I need.
That's funny. You know, even those that say, you know, you'll have, if you have suicidal thoughts, you know, they're so you're taking those medicines. But now you have to say that for some people, and I just say this because of my own circumstance. I mean, I'm at a place where I guess I'm having to take something.
Mm-hmm. Hey, everybody, you're not the only one.
Oh, I know I'm not.
You would probably be shocked to know the amount of people over 50 that shop with me, you know? Everybody's got something going on, from some kind of ailment, from just basic inflammation, you know? A lot of things stem from that. So if your body's, you know, acidic from taking in, you know, synthetic sugars and all kinds of things, that keeps your body inflamed all the time.
Yeah.
And if your body's inflamed, what's it going to do? It's going to need something.
It hurts.
Yeah, I mean,
It's aching. That's what it's doing.
Everything. Yeah, from sleep to, you know, joint pain.
Yeah.
You can knock out that. That's one thing in my industry that has been 100% proven. And then, you know, the more they study cannabis, the more they're going to learn that all the things. I mean, no, I'm not saying I know everything by no means, but they'll start to learn all the things about the plants, and they'll know more about, you know, anybody before too long once they can actually study it legally.
You know, there's a lot of, and I haven't looked into this completely in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but you hear a lot of what's called holistic
Yes.
health kind of thing. Does this tie into that any at all?
Yes.
How so?
Well, we are considered to be holistic medicine.
That's what you hear, the holistic medicine deal.
It's all natural, you know, and as it should be. Not all places are natural.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of mass-produced stuff out there, just like
So how do you
anything
tell the difference? I mean, how do you know?
So I have established the people that I work with over the years.
Okay.
So I know, and I keep them in check. You know, I still have everything third-party tested. It costs me a lot of money to do that, but that's how I keep them in check too. You know, when you know, if you was growing a product and like, hey, Micah, I got, you know, this, that, and the other. Well, I've got a tester on site. Okay, so it's going to tell me certain things I need to know right away. And if I need to go a step further, I'll send your product off to one of my test labs, and they'll tell me everything I need to know about it. They'll tell me more than we know about it.
Okay.
So that's why I stand pretty firm on my labs. You know, I don't want any chemical residual. I don't want any kind of foreign anything that shouldn't be there.
So what are the products? What kind of what kind of products are we talking about?
Well, it all starts with flower. That's where all the products come from. You know, if you can't, you gotta
the flower of the plant.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep, it all stems from the plant. All my products are whole plant. So, you know, we grow them, we extract them, we, you know, harvest them, trim them, depending on what we're doing. If it's smokable product, premium smokable product, then it goes through its own deal. You know, it gets trimmed, cured properly before it ever gets to the shelf. Extraction wise, you know, we take trim and maybe not as good quality looking flour, and we'll extract it all, grind it. We'll pull all the terpenes, trichomes out of it, and we'll separate the lipids and fats out of it, and then we'll make edible products or oils or whatever we need to.
Okay, well, I guess what I'm asking is, okay, you have, I guess, a shelf or shelves of products.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was surprised to hear smokable product.
Oh yeah.
So tell me, there's smokable product, and then there's edible product, and then oils.
Drinkable product, topical product.
Okay.
We got everything.
But are they for specific things? Is this for this and this for this? I mean, I guess that's what I'm asking. If I come in and said, man, I'm suffering with migraines all the time, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Or something else. Or maybe I've just got, you know, maybe I've got joint pain or whatever. So you've got a product that says, okay, this is what you ought to do for that.
Yep, that's my job.
That's your job.
Yep.
Okay.
I've steered to what I think would be best from what we're talking about, and then I have things that I can check to go further too. as far as I have people in other states that I can actually call on, you know, that do strand genetics and what they do for the body, doctors. So, you know, I call them and I can mix you up, blend you an oil specifically for you. If you don't want to smoke, if you don't want to eat it, if you don't want to drink it, you can take an oil, put it under your tongue, hold it for 10 seconds. It'll activate within 10 to 15 minutes, and you go about your day.
Well, I'm totally blown away. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
A lot of different things. And I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to try to make everybody high or out of body or nothing like that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the medicine
Well, I don't think
side.
you know, and I don't think that of you. I don't think that at all. I think people who don't know may think that.
Yeah, may have a different impression
Okay.
of that. Yeah.
But I've known of you for a little while, although I've not been in your shop.
That's right.
But I've known about you and known of you, and it's just one of those things that I'm thinking. I'm glad I'm getting to know more about it. And
Yeah, I wish a lot of people would
yeah.
get to know more about it.
well, you know, it's like anything else. Information is power.
That's right.
Finding out, you know. Too many times I have gone headlong into something and not know what I'm doing. You know, I've done it many times, business-wise, elsewise. You know, you jump into something before you know what you're doing. So just finding out, you know, it may or may not be for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it is.
But it might be something that could help somebody. You know.
My biggest thing is why I do it is the fact of there's so many people that struggle every day with natural ailments or pharmaceutical ailments. So, you know, at one time, you know, we might have went to a doctor and had pain, you know, pain in our back or something.
Sure.
We got on you know, out of trust, right? We trusted the doctor or whoever, you know, our family practitioners, whatever. We got on these pain medicines. Next thing you know, it took over our lives and we didn't even know it, you know?
Oh,
And I see that every day.
I felt like I experienced that this morning. It was like, okay, I'm opening up my medicines that I take in the morning. I have a routine at night and a routine in the morning. And I'm like, okay, gosh, how come all of a sudden I'm taking this many pills? It's too many.
It's a lot of money a month, too.
It is. It is a lot of money a month. Let's talk to our caller again. She's back up. Hey, good morning. How are you?
Okay. One of the suggestions I'll make, and just don't take this as prejudicial, but I would make sure I protect myself from liability because I saw what happened. The first international prevention of cancer through nutrition I went to in Japan. Guess who was there? Big pharma and big tobacco. And I wondered why at the time. But one of the issues with a lot of doctors is they know some of their drugs they're prescribing. Let's say you've got cancer or something major. And they know it can't mix with certain medications. So whenever they start taking something else, some of it's real concern. But I think that, now this is just my opinion, that you should recommend to people that they work in conjunction with a doctor because I saw what happened with big tobacco that took down they took down big tobacco with the airline industry. Do you know who did it? It was the stewardesses who did not smoke that got cancer, and they had been complaining for a long time. They did not know at that time that secondhand smoke caused it. And the reason I know about this is I went with two medical doctors, directors of cancer centers in Kentucky before their legislature to request the tobacco settlement funds. And I'll tell you who was there. It wasn't just for lung cancer. Every disease, unbelievable, wanted to be connected with tobacco being bad for them. There's a lot of politics. I'm telling you, a lot more than I've ever told anybody.
Oh yeah, well, I think you're right about that, Peggy. Thank you. You could probably comment on that.
I can't say she's wrong by no means, but that's I don't know. Sometimes we dig into a rabbit hole that gets pretty rough. I do. I will say this. I do tell most of our customers and people that come in with questions, if you're under a doctor's supervision somewhat, right?
Yes.
Continue that. I don't want to cut a doctor off. I want them to monitor, you know, your blood sugars, your all of it.
Well, yeah,
Blood
yeah.
pressure, you know, and as you're coming off of, if you choose to, you know, experiment a little bit and come off of some pharmaceuticals and replace them with cannabinoids or whatever, you know, I encourage you to be monitored.
Yeah.
That way you know where you're at as you're going through the transition. I've done it in my own home here recently, but I ain't gonna get into that exactly. But you know, I have a son that has some issues, and I currently am reconnected with him, and he has some things, and he was on gabapentin, he was on Risperidone, he was on Buspar and some other things, and we've got him off of all those things and supplemented him with CBD cannabinoids and oils, and it's really did numbers for him.
Well, I've definitely heard of people being helped
Yes.
with holistic treatments, or a holistic health plan of some sort. You hear about it a lot, and of course, you're not the only one in this business. I've heard some others. I listened to one of the Nashville stations, and there is I think he's a chiropractor that advertises on one of the Nashville stations. And he talks about your body has its own healing mechanisms.
That's right.
And it really, really does. Your body's made to heal itself if it's helped. And sometimes even if it's not helped, it'll heal itself, okay?
That's right.
So he's talking about all that kind of stuff. So there's a holistic movement out there, I guess, or people that are into that, that are trying this deal. But it is controversial to some.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It is controversial to some. But there's no doubt, in my mind anyway, that the big tobacco and big pharma have their hand in a lot of the laws that are passed, and they have their influence because they have the power to do so. I mean, that's obvious in almost any industry, not just the health industry. And gosh, I think there's some movement being made to help it.
Yeah, I believe so. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
It just, you know, it's like anything else in a way.
Yeah.
You know, we just move through the strings, and there's always red tape. We've got to our caution tape. We've got to bob in and out. I will tell you this: it does cost $550,000 to do a class action lawsuit against the state.
$550,000.
Yep, and we're on our third one this year. So I would say that, you know, even though big pharma controls a lot of things, you know, we still try to keep a dog in the fight, you know.
Yeah.
And
Now, when you say we, is there an organization that
yes,
of people that are in your industry that are trying to organize themselves, I guess, and strengthen themselves?
So I have lawyers all over the place, as you could imagine, in many different states. I do have, you know, a lot of lawyers here that I lean on for lots of different things. Every time I make a move, I make it through them first.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do anything that's unlawful in my industry because there's no sense in it. I've come this far, so we keep everything on the up and up. So yes, I have lawyers. We have a couple lobbyists, which not enough. But when you physically see how all this works, right? You know, through courts and injunctions and all these things, right? And then you watch lobbyists throw money in somebody's hand to persuade a vote, right?
Yeah.
To change things. It's just insane to me. And
It is insane.
I completely opt out of that. Like, I don't even want no part of it, but I have to for the people. Because if I was, just for example, if I was shut down today, there would be hundreds of people that would be in a bad way.
Yeah.
You know, I've got, I don't know, I don't want to say me, you know, there's a team, like there's a lot of people I work with in many different states, and I have full-fledged trust in. You know, there's a lot of competition out there, even though it may not be the same. There's a lot of synthetics out there. There's a lot of chemicals out there, and if you don't know, I mean, it's hard for you to know. And
So is there a regulating body for this in the government? Is it regulated somehow, some way? Is there some organization or some government entity that says this is chemical-free product and this is not? Or is it just obscure?
well, I think what's happening right now is it's kind of what we're seeing. So I know that the ABC here recently has purchased a gas chromatograph, which is big money.
Now, what is the ABC?
They're the Alcohol Board of Commissions, and that's what
Okay.
we have fell under that umbrella, unfortunately, come in January, which may be a big deal going forward. You know, technically, we're up against losing everything in this industry in this state come January or June.
Okay.
We pushed it back till then, but June's going to be a big month.
Okay. So what's happening?
Well, it's either going to make it or break it. Either we will be here or we won't.
Really? Mm-hmm. So they're trying to just shut it down?
Well, yes, well, to an extent, they're trying to control it, which it needs to be better controlled. We have too many gas stations and stuff selling chemical product to kids, and it's very harmful. Shouldn't happen.
Right.
And I'm with that. You know, I'm big on the kids. You know, I want to see all the kids survive. I want them to do great in life. You know, I want to see them do things.
You got kids your own?
Yeah, absolutely. My kids, you know, my kids aren't on drugs. You know, they're not. They're good kids. You know, they play sports. They do all the things. They're not causing chaos. You know, they're not out of body, nothing like that. But you know, it's all about them. They're the youth of our nation, man. And if we don't have a solid youth, I mean, look what's going to transpire, right? My kids work for a living.
We all need to be helping with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody needs to be helping with that.
But you know, when you got uncontrolled things happening, especially close to schools, right? See, I don't know. There's some things that I don't know how happen. I guess must be money. But you know, I got to be over 2,500 feet away from a school front door to door, and there's other places that aren't, right? And those places sell to children.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because I care about the kids. So, you know, we compete about that all the time. You got different places bringing in different products from different countries. They have no idea what they're bringing in. Some people don't care. And that's what I fight every day, because I have all the same test equipment access that the state does. And I've bought things from a lot of places. There's a lot of customers that's bought things from different places around here and all over, and I send them to test labs, see what's in them.
Yeah.
know? And unfortunately, a lot of your mass-produced stuff doesn't even contain our plant. It contains synthetic pharmaceuticals and chemicals that are very harmful to people.
It's just a deceptive world, buddy.
It is, and then you know you got people trying to be honest and read a label. You know, if that label's there and it's labeled correctly, you know. But the problem is, you got a label on something that isn't what it is.
We got a caller want to talk to us.
All right.
Hey, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
He'll tell you about the way he's done, what he's done with ice cream, that thing that he's doing.
You know this voice?
I do know this.
You know this voice?
I do.
Well, is he serious? Is there something to do with ice cream?
Oh yeah. So I own and trademarked infused cannabis ice cream. So Canna Creams is mine. We do make it, sell it, everything. It's been a long road coming. I did trademark it. I'm the only one in the country that can technically make infused ice cream.
Okay, now you have to help me with that one. Now, why?
Well, this came about on my birthday last year. Me and one of my guys was sitting around like, oh man, your birthday's coming up. I was like, yeah, I don't get all excited about that, but he's like, oh man, your birthday's coming up. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could like infuse ice cream? And I turned around and looked at him and was like, man, we can. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
So we did it. Well, I mean, it is hard if you don't have access or know what you're doing. But long story short, we made a batch for my birthday, and it was a huge hit. And I took some ice cream to the Southern Cannabis Cup in Nashville in December, and it was a even bigger hit there.
Okay.
So now we have some events coming up this year that I was asked to go to. So we got an ice cream truck that's being built right now. That's going to be a mobile ice cream dispensary kind of unit.
Okay, well now, but now is that just for,
That's just for private events.
I mean, I guess what I'm asking though is okay, is there some kind of medical benefit to this ice cream, or is it just ice cream?
So, we have a lot of people that eat gummies for sleep and whatnot in the evenings.
Yeah.
And you can do the same thing with ice cream. It's just another edible to throw on the table, basically.
Okay, so it could replace a gummy that you would take for going to a sleep aid or something like that.
And there's no hiding it. I mean, we're thrown into the alcohol industry, so we're compared to alcohol, right? So, I've got drinks, seltzers, sodas, lemonade, ciders, you name it. So if you want to sit around, say if you maybe...
Well, I guess millions of people have what they call a nightcap before they go to bed.
Exactly.
I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them, but I'm just saying a lot of people do that.
Yes. And so, there's people that drink 6-packs every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then some, bless their hearts.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm just, so we, since we're in the same, compared to be the same industry, we try to keep all products in comparison somewhat. So, if, say you was going to drink a 6-pack before you went to bed in the evening, instead of doing that, you can eat a bowl of ice cream, mellow you out, you're going to wake up free and clear in the morning. You're not going to have all that side effect stuff, and you're going to...
That's a different thing.
That's a whole different thing.
That's a whole different thing.
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
This is fascinating. Micah, and Micah is with the Hemp Depot here in Lawrenceburg. Tell them the address of that place again.
It's 1003 North Locust Avenue, right here in Lawrenceburg.
I
It's
know
also known as the dispensary.
Yep, I know where you are. I have found this fascinating, to say the least. And we've got a few more minutes left. Is there a way that we could find out? I mean, other than just visiting your store, which a lot of people may do, but where else can we go? Do you have a website, or?
Yes.
I mean, to find out more.
We do have a couple websites. One of the biggest website right now is an online store. It's hempdepottn.com. You can get on there. There's actually a AI guy on there named Wheezy, which we're getting ready to remodel the store, so he's going to be in store too. But you can go on there, if you don't want to come in the store or whatever, you don't want nobody to see you, you can go on there and interact with Wheezy, and he'll do all the things that I can do with you, as far as you can answer a quick questionnaire with him, and he can start to lean you towards what products options are available for you, what kind of terpene profiles and cannabinoid profiles that you're looking for certain ailments. We've been doing a lot in the backside with Wheezy and information and a lot of things. So we've got a lot of really cool things coming up. I'm going to remodel this store here the next few weeks. The original hemp barn will be out in front of it while that's happening, so we can keep rolling without all the traffic and dust and all that mess.
Sure.
And then, I got a kitchen that I'm redoing right now, and then an ice cream truck that's being done, and got a lot of irons.
A lot of irons in the fire.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I gotta have that ice cream truck ready for April. I've got a 3-day event in Nashville at the Cannabis Festival this year that I've already spoke for, and I'm not even ready for. So
yeah,
I got a lot to do here in a little bit of time.
That sounds like you're a busy man.
Yeah, we're gonna make all kinds of stuff: popsicles, fudgesicles, creamsicles. We're gonna do all kinds of stuff.
Wow. Okay. I'm still a little bit on the okay. Does let's say the popsicle, the ice cream, and I'm being totally honest and asking this question, okay? Does this impair you in any way?
Yes, just like alcohol.
Just like alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not something you need to take a big dose of, or eat a half gallon of it and jump in your car.
No, you don't. No.
That's what I want you to talk about.
Okay.
All
so let's jump into that real quick. So in this state, we're in the ABC now, so they treat cannabis just like alcohol in a way. Okay.
Okay.
You can't be smoking going down the road, but you can do that on private property. You can't be doing that in a vehicle for sure, just like alcohol.
Right.
You can't have you can't have an open pack of gummy bears sitting beside you rolling down the road. It's just like having a 6-pack open beside you in a way.
Okay.
So the way the laws are wrote at this time, it is very, very similar to alcohol rules, or laws, I should say.
Okay. But now that's different than, say, if I said, look, I've got some pretty severe joint pain.
That's right.
Okay. So you have a product that I could take that would not impair me.
That's right. So,
So it's not like anything you go in there and take is going to make you loopy.
No.
That's what I want to clarify.
Yeah, that's what's very important with us is that we know what's going on with you,
Sure.
what you're looking for, and then you have options from there of how you want to take it or consume it. If you want to be a smokable, drinkable, topical, edible, we'll go. That's the next step. How do you want to go about taking medicine or whatever, depending on your ailments. And then what you answer from there then goes to the next step. So, all right, smokable stuff's out, drinks, or you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And we'll start knocking certain products down, and then we'll figure out what products contain exactly what you need. And most of the time, people like yourself, you're going to take an oil for daytime and nighttime. I put together sublingual tinctures that are designed to keep you 100% level-headed throughout the day and deal with all the ailments of the body. Mainly all CBD cannabinoids. We do bring THC in to reactivate and bond, but it's very minute. So it's not like you're going to get high or out of anything like that.
Yeah, I think that's the fear. I think that's the fear of people that are alarmed by it. That we're going to have a bunch of high people around here.
Yeah, no.
You're going to get high, and you're going to get crazy, you're going to lose your mind or whatever.
I know, and I've seen more people lose their mind and get crazy on pharmaceuticals. I am by a tunnel,
Yes.
and I see a lot of that, right?
Yep.
So that's no. We're nowhere near the same. I can assure you.
But you understand though that's the stigma.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's all afraid of that.
I can guarantee you something. If you ate a gummy, or even smoked a joint or whatever, just get real. There's 3 things that are going to happen. You're either going to get hungry, happy, or sleepy. Okay. So there's no chemical base, right? There's no crazy side effect.
Right.
The worst thing that could possibly ever happen, first off, let's clear this. You can't overdose on cannabis. It's impossible. The only way you can possibly overdose on cannabis is you'd have to have 150,000 milligrams within 10 seconds. And there's no way. There's nothing made. I can't extract something that high to do that. Okay? So if you're overdosing on cannabis, there's something else there.
Okay.
Right? If there's anything like that, there's some kind of a chemical extraction or some synthetic base that should not be there.
Sure.
Now, I will say there is people that are allergic to it.
Yeah.
Not everybody can take it. Even though we have endocannabinoid receptors, not everybody can handle cannabis or even hemp products.
Yeah. So they may be having an allergic reaction or something like that.
Yeah, and I know people that do. There's there's a lot of thyroid issues that sometimes involve different things with different products, and it's not just like it used to be.
Well, this has been a fascinating conversation, and we may want to visit again.
Yeah,
we want to visit again, and I'm gonna try to educate myself so I can ask even more intelligent questions.
There we go.
But we've run out of time, and I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
It's been interesting, and I've learned a lot, and it's got my curiosity up in a big way. So so maybe some others too. The website again is
HempDepotTN.com.
And the address is 1003.
Yep, and the store phone number is 931-244-1845. If you want to call and got any questions, me or my guys will be 100% willing to answer anything you can.
All right, man. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to join programming already in progress.
Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says he's in Geneva, Switzerland to reach a fair and equitable deal. Iran has suggested it's open to